This is my mom and dad, Pat and Wayne Feller. This Veterans Day story is mostly about my dad. Wayne Feller was born in Coldwater, Michigan, the son of Arlene and Guy Feller. He attended Coldwater Public Schools, and after high school, his parents were able to send him down to Ohio, to Oberlin College, where Wayne graduated from the Conservatory of Music. After college, Dad landed a job as band director at Roseville High School near Detroit. On Sundays in Roseville, Dad sang in the church choir. In the choir, he met a young woman who had a voice like an angel, and Wayne fell instantly in love. Next thing you know, Dad brought this young woman home to meet his parents. After a short period of time, they were married. In 1942, Pat and Wayne had a daughter, Patsy. But here's the catch. The world was at war. Even though Wayne was a school teacher and he had a family, the military draft had all American men in their crosshairs. One day in 1944, at 28 years old, Dad received an order to show up for his pre-induction physical. Within a few months, Wayne Feller wore the uniform of an Army private and was sent off to Europe as a replacement in the war against fascism. As fate would have it, Dad arrived in Germany just in time for the final German offensive, the Battle of the Bulge. This gentleman, just a happy trombone player really, found himself thrust into combat. The German army surprised and overwhelmed the U.S. troops, and Dad was captured and taken as a prisoner of war. Captured American GIs were forced to walk 100 miles and then were crowded into train cars. They arrived at their destination, Stalag 9B, Bad Orb, Germany, on Christmas Eve, 1944. Throughout the winter, the POW camp was continuously short on food, and the prisoners spent their time obsessing about anything to eat. After a winter of cold and hunger, a wonderful day arrived around the 1st of April. Stalag 9B was liberated by American tanks and troops. Dad wrote this note on the day of his freedom. April 2nd, free men, thank the good Lord. Bad Orb surrendered. Men were giving thanks to God, laughing, crying. The Russians were kissing each other and everyone is happy. Now for a cablegram home with news of our safety. Next, food. And he sent this letter via Victory Mail. My dearest Pat and Patsy, I am so excited that it is almost impossible to think clearly. Yes, I am a free American again. All my love, Wayne. When Dad came home from the war, he opened a music store in downtown Coldwater, and he expanded his family with 2 sons. Wayne lived a long life with his beautiful wife, Pat. He never forgot his awful winter in that prison camp, and we've often heard the stories. But he always looked ahead, and I think he was a happy man. In 1994, our family gathered at my sister's house for a Christmas holiday. After dinner, Dad recalled again some of what had happened to him 50 years in the past. Here's Wayne Feller, in his own words.
My arm covered with weeds and stuff, and that's what we slept on. There was no mattress or anything. But we had one thin blanket, which we pulled over the 2 of us, and 2 of us in a bunk, tight to back, could keep warm during the winter, you know. So anyway, I got pneumonia, and I was coughing and coughing and coughing. So bless his heart, Phil Demas saved my life. He went all around the camp picking up from the medics. They had little kits of medicine on their belts, you know, and he gathered sulfa pills from all over the camp. And he'd bring them back to me and made me eat those sulfa pills. And he'd fill up my helmet liner with water from that one spigot. And I'll never forget that. And he made me drink all I could drink, you know, from that water from that helmet liner. And with all those, I ate about 8 sulfa pills a day for several days until they were gone. Then I got better. So Phil Demas is the one that really saved my life, you know. And he was probably my best friend. Well, we spent the winter together. We spent 4 months in the bunk, back to back at night. Yeah. whenever you'd get a detail, that was great to get on a detail. To go way out in the woods with these German guards, and you'd cut and saw small logs, small pieces of wood for your fire. 2 dippers of soup in our helmet liner if we went out and cut wood and carried it back with us, you see. And that was a long time ago. 50 years ago tonight, we arrived at Bad Orb, Germany.
Oh, wow.
Just about dark.
And 50 years ago tonight?
50 years ago tonight,
Oh,
Christmas Eve. I ate a few dandelions and greens during the winter that I could pull out from behind the barbed wire fences and stuff. You take 6 men and you divide a little can of sardines into 6 pieces if you don't get many sardines, or a pack of cigarettes or a chocolate bar or whatever was in there. I wouldn't smoke those cigarettes. I would trade them to stupid guys who would give me a piece of their bread for a cigarette. And so I would give them a half of a cigarette. I'd break it in 2 and I'd give them a half of a cigarette, and they'd give me a portion of their piece of bread, you know. And that's the way I got home, because I was going to get everything I could get in my stomach, you know, to come home. So I'd sell the cigarettes.
smart man.
Oh, that was a long time ago.